Hi guys, it's Janae. Today's format is a little bit different because I want to film this video about my experience at the Institute for Integrative Nutrition because I've been getting a lot of emails about that, a lot of questions about it. I didn't really have time to set up the full set thing or to set up my camera. It's already kind of dark outside, so I figured let me just film this on my camera real quick and answer these questions that I've gotten from people because they're so wonderful and detailed, and I think I can answer them. Hopefully I can be helpful in case you've been thinking about studying at the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, aka IIN, and you just need a little bit of guidance and you want to hear somebody else's experience who's already gone through the program. Now, I did the program 2.5 years ago, or I guess I completed it about 2.5 years ago. So 3 years ago, I was in the program. It's a year-long program, and it was wonderful, really. But let me answer these questions and stick to those so that I don't get too far off topic. What made you decide to enroll in IIN? Well, first of all, IIN is an online program. It's a year-long. And the reason I decided to enroll in that program is because I was going to start a business, which is my current business, which is called The Nourishing Vegan, and it's a personal chef service. And I wanted to start this business, but I wanted some education to give me more confidence before I started the business. I just kind of wanted some credentials, basically. And I thought about going to culinary school. I really, really wanted to go to culinary school until I saw the price tag. It was $25,000. Now, I've already gone to undergrad. I already have a loan from studying undergrad, and I just could not bring myself to take out a $25,000 loan. That just seemed nuts to me. So that didn't happen. And it was then that I started looking into IIN. I already knew people had done the program, and people who I used to work with, regular clients or customers at the restaurant I used to work at. So I knew what it was. I had been on their website a few times, but once I decided to start this business and I realized that culinary school was just going to be out of the question, that's when I started looking into IIN and asking people for their opinions of it, reading things online. Just trying to learn as much about it as I could, just sort of like you probably are if you're watching this video right now. And doing the program was great because indeed it did give me that confidence that I was looking for to start my business, and it did help me understand the connection between food, what you put in your body, and how you feel. Nutrition and food and all these things. That's really what I wanted to incorporate in my business because, like I said before, I started this personal chef service, vegan personal chef service. So it was already going to be more focused on health and wholesomeness and nourishment. So nutrition did need to be an important part in it. Now, Integrative Nutrition is actually a school that certifies you to become a health coach. I wasn't interested in becoming a health coach when I did the program, but fast forward like halfway through, I realized maybe this was something else I could add to my resume or add to the offerings in my business, The Nourishing Vegan. So that was cool too. The strengths. I did learn a lot about nutrition and about the human body, about all these different nutrition theories, macrobiotic, veganism, paleo, Atkins, the starch solution, all these different nutrition theories, because there are so many, and each one of them is taught by an expert in the field, often doctors or well-renowned, highly renowned nutritionists. So you do get a lot of information and a really good look into what these diets are all about. Now, I was already vegan when I did the program, so I already knew what I wanted to do. But it was super, super interesting to learn about the other ways of eating and theories about eating. And I even incorporated a lot of those into my regular life. So, for instance, when we learned about Ayurveda, I tried to incorporate some of that into my current eating. So I think that was like in January when we were learning about that. And Ayurveda focuses a lot on eating with the seasons. So I was really particular about making sure that everything I ate was in season, and also eating foods that were basically best for my constitution, for my dosha, which was super cool. And then, fast forward, we're learning about macrobiotics. So I was buying more like miso, which I've always been into. But, you just, as you go, not only are you learning from listening to lectures and like reading stuff, but you also get to incorporate a lot of that into your own life. That was really cool. Another strength of IIN is the fact that, it does, like I said, certify you to become a holistic health coach, but it's really great to actually, once you graduate, be able to get clients and to do that professionally. And IIN does give you a great business backing or education as well to make sure that you are able to get clients and that you're able to make it a career if that's what you want. So you learn about, setting up a business, LLCs, and sole proprietorship, and all these things, and finding clients and collaborating with other brands and other people. So that was really cool. There's also a really strong network of people in all around the world that are doing the program. So I met one of my best friends during the program. Again, it's an online program, but we had a New York City meetup where we all get together. I don't remember how often we did it, maybe once a month or so, but a few of us, probably 6 of us, would get together at someone's apartment and we would talk about the program and, what we liked or what we didn't like, ask questions, we would talk about what we were learning at the time. So I did meet friends, one of my best friends I met doing that program, so that was nice too. And let's see, well, why don't I tell you a little bit about the weaknesses of the program. One of the things that comes to mind first when I think of a weakness of a program is this. Every program, whether it's IIN or my alma mater, Boston University, they always hype up only the good stuff about the program, right? Because they want you to invest in their program. They want you to enroll in their program and do it. So of course they don't tell you the bad stuff. In a lot of the IIN marketing, they say that you can make $200 an hour as a health coach, which you can. You can do that. But it's not that easy. It's not like you graduate from the program and the next day you're making $200 an hour and you're rolling in dough and you got all these clients and you just can't handle yourself. No. It doesn't work like that. And they do give you, like I said, a good business foundation from which to grow. However, one thing that these programs don't ever tell you is how hard it's still going to be. Even once you have the confidence and you know about nutrition and you know how to start a business and you know how to put together a website, it's still difficult to do all those things. Just like anything that's worth having is difficult. So if you think that by doing the Integrative Nutrition program, you can just become a health coach within the next year and you can quit your current job and be making 6 figures, yeah, some people can do that. But most people cannot do that. I couldn't do that, no way. I ended up quitting my day job when I had one client. It was a cooking client, not a coaching client. And I was only making $325 a week. But I had saved money from, because I did acting stuff before. So I had saved money and I felt like I just had enough cushion to quit my job and to focus more on my new business. But I don't know if most people can survive on $325 a week, especially not if you live in an expensive city like New York, like I do. So I think I got lucky on that front. But still, getting my first clients for my cooking took 6 months. And I thought I did everything that I could. I'm sure there were lots of things, looking back, I see, I could have done this, I could have done that. But it's hard. It's supposed to be hard. It's always hard. So the thing is to make sure that you understand that if this is something you want to do and you want to make a career out of, sure, you can give it a try and say, I don't like it. I don't want to do this anymore. But if you really, really, really take it seriously and this is really something that you want to do, you have to be willing to kind of have that entrepreneurial spirit and not give up when it's hard and, even if you feel crappy and you don't feel like doing marketing, you have to do it anyway. So that's the thing about IIN that they didn't communicate to us that I can recall. They make it seem like, yeah, if you do this program, you're going to be a superstar and you're going to make this money and you're going to pay back your tuition by the time you even graduate the program, which I didn't do. But now it's been 2.5 years and I am coaching clients. I still have cooking clients. I have this online program, 21-Day Vegan Blueprint. I have this YouTube show. I have a cookbook. I have spoken at different places here in the city, teach all over the city, traveled to do like cooking classes and cooking demonstrations. My writing's been featured. My recipes have been featured lots of different places. So I might not be making $1 million a year, and I might not be like the most successful person in the world. However, I do think the reason I've had so much success, one of the reasons, is because I did have that great foundation from IIN. They taught me a lot. I do respect the education that I got there. I had a great time learning what I learned there. It was actually really fun. So that was cool too. But yeah, I think it's really about hanging in there and like it is hard, like I said. So hanging in there and just pushing through and making sure and just coming back to the fact that if it is a fact that this is something you want to do because you love it. Like that's what I have to do. Remind myself like how important this really is to me, and then I just keep doing it, and then it's all good. Would I recommend IIN to a person who wants to do the program for their own personal growth and not necessarily to become a holistic health coach? That's a good question. Yes and no. It depends on the person, really. So I'll give you the yes first. Yes, if you really think that by learning all these different nutrition theories, you can really change your own life. Me personally, I'm really specific about the sort of things that I invest in. Like I won't spend a few $1,000s unless I know that that investment is going to pay off, like in some real tangible way. So for me, I didn't want to become a health coach, but I did want to become a personal chef, and this is all connected for me. So yeah, for me, it made sense. Even though I didn't want to become a health coach, yes, IIN was still a great program. It still gave me so much education, and yeah, I'm glad I did it. But if you are just wanting to do it for fun, I don't think so. I don't think it's worth the money. I mean, if you have the extra money laying around, sure, why not? But if this is a big investment to you, no, I don't think so. Like, if you really want, you can ask me questions if you have any questions about veganism. I can give you lists of books to read if it's about veganism. If it's not about veganism, I can recommend other books and other sources that you can find information about health and wellness. Of course, there's tons of websites and there's tons of blogs and YouTube channels and shows. So if it's just for fun and personal enrichment, I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm so curious though to hear what other people have to say. If you've done the program for professional reasons, what was your experience of it? And if you did the program for just personal enrichment, what was your experience from it? Because again, I want to emphasize that I really, really did enjoy the program. I'm actually planning on going back to some of the business stuff that we learned. Like I said, I completed it 2.5 years ago. So I want to go back to that and just apply it to my business currently, because it has changed so much since I started it almost 3 years ago. So IIN definitely gave me a great foundation. I learned a ton. But like I said before, as far as the weaknesses go, if you're thinking about doing a program like IIN or any sort of program, and you really want to do it because you think if you do this, then you are going to be able to have this dream career that you want, yes, you can have that, of course. But I think it's, like I said, important to realize that it's not just going to fall out of the sky, and you're not just going to have that career and have that lifestyle that you want. It's going to take a lot of work to get there. Also, if you're working for yourself, like how I do, that's not easy. I definitely much prefer working for myself than working for someone else, but it's hard. Like, trying to stay on schedule. Like, now I'm like making these schedules for my blog and trying to just stay on schedule with my life and with clients and setting prices for stuff, and of course keeping up with my blog and my YouTube videos. Like, it's a lot to manage. So just know that it is a lot to manage, and it can be really, really rewarding, though. It really, really, really can. And I think it is. And I would not do this for the world, because it's really what I want to do, and it makes me happy, and I'm growing my business, and it's taking me places that are really awesome. And yes, back to the original question, I do think IIN is great, and I do think now, looking back, that my experience with the program has helped shape who I am today and what I'm doing today as well. So yeah, that's my experience. Again, I'd love to hear from you if you've done the program, whether it be for professional reasons or personal enrichment, or if you've been thinking about doing the program, if you have any questions about it, anything that I didn't get to, anything at all about the program, or even about my career, what I do as a personal chef or as a blogger, or if you have any questions or you want to share anything, please do. Of course, the comment section below, whether you're here on YouTube or if you're watching this on my blog, share it in those comments as well. I'd love to hear from you. I love to answer any questions and any comments that you have. Thanks so much for watching. I know this was probably long, but I hope it's helpful.